I'll never forget the moment she said it. It was a Tuesday night, nothing special. I was sitting at the dining table, finishing some reports from work on my laptop, when she walked in from the bedroom with her hair tied back, perfume lingering in the air, and a black dress that I hadn't seen her wear in years. She paused in the doorway, clutching her purse. Her eyes darted toward me, then away, as if she already knew the words would burn like acid on my skin. "I have a date tonight," she said. Just like that. No hesitation, no explanation. The world seemed to tilt. My fingers froze on the keyboard. The soft hum of the ceiling fan suddenly felt like a roar in my ears. A part of me wanted to believe I had misheard her. Maybe she said she had late work. Or a mate from college. Anything but what I thought I heard. But when I looked up, the truth was right there in her eyes. A strange mix of defiance and guilt. A date. My voice cracked on the word, sounding foreign even to me. She shifted uncomfortably, tightening her grip on the purse strap. "Yes, I'm tired of pretending. I need more than this, Daniel. More than us." The first fracture. We'd been married 11 years. We had built a life together. A modest home, 2 dogs, a rhythm that felt safe if not thrilling. Sure, the spark had dimmed. We both knew it. Work consumed me, and she often complained that I was more married to my job than to her. But never in my worst nightmares did I think she would look me in the eye and announce she was going out with someone else. "Who is he?" I asked, my voice steadier than I expected. Her lips trembled for a second, then firmed. "Someone who sees me. Someone who makes me feel alive again." The words hit harder than any slap could. I had spent years believing I was her safe place, her anchor. Now she was telling me I was the very thing she needed to escape from. I wanted to shout, to demand answers, to beg. But I didn't. Instead, I closed my laptop slowly and leaned back in the chair. My silence must have unnerved her, because she kept fidgeting, shifting her weight from one foot to the other. "You're just leaving me here while you go out on a date?" Finally asked. "Yes," she whispered. Then louder. "Yes, I am." The calm before the storm. She expected me to explode. I saw it in her body language, the way she braced herself like someone expecting a storm. But I didn't give her that satisfaction. Instead, I stood up, walked past her, and opened the front door. "Go," I said quietly. Her mouth opened, confused. "What?" "You wanted honesty. There it is. Oh. Have your date." Her eyes widened, searching my face for something. Anger, despair, anything. But I was done performing. I watched her leave, heels clicking against the porch steps, car engine roaring to life. As the red taillights disappeared down the street, I sank back into the chair, numbness spreading through me like frost. I thought about calling her parents, her friends, anyone who could explain why she'd do this. But I didn't. Instead, I opened my phone, scrolled through our photos together. Vacations, anniversaries, Christmas mornings, and realized they all felt like lies now. The return. She came back around midnight. I heard the door creak open, her careful steps trying not to wake me. But I was sitting in the dark living room, waiting. When she flicked on the light and saw me, she froze. Her lipstick was smudged. Her hair messy in a way that told me everything I didn't want to know. "How was your date?" I asked flatly. Her throat bobbed as she swallowed. "Daniel. No. Don't lie. Not tonight." My voice cracked but stayed firm. She sat down across from me, shoulders slumping. For the first time in years, she looked small, almost fragile. "I didn't plan for you to find out like this. I needed to feel something again. You don't touch me anymore. You don't even look at me like you used to." Her words were knives, but I forced myself to listen. "And so you decided the solution was to go out and betray me?" Yes. Tears welled in her eyes. "I thought maybe you'd fight for me. That seeing me with someone else would wake you up, remind you what you're losing." I laughed bitterly. "So this was some twisted test. You destroyed our marriage just to see if I'd chase you." She buried her face in her hands. I didn't know what else to do. What I told her. For a long moment I just stared at her, the woman I thought I knew better than anyone else in the world. The silence between us stretched so thin it threatened to snap. Finally, I leaned forward, my voice low, shaking with the weight of what I was about to say. You think I'll fight for you now? After you put on a dress, walked out of this house, and gave yourself to another man? You think that is what love looks like? Her sobs grew louder. No, I continued, my chest burning. What you've done isn't just betrayal. It's cowardice. Instead of speaking to me, instead of trying to fix what was broken, you went searching for attention in another man's arms. You didn't break me, Emily. You broke yourself. Her hands dropped from her face, eyes red and desperate. Daniel, please. Cut her off. You had a date tonight. Well, let me give you mine. I've got an appointment tomorrow morning with a lawyer. That's the only date left in our marriage. The color drained from her face. The days that followed were a blur. She begged, pleaded, swore it was just one night, just one mistake. She left notes around the house, cooked my favorite meals, tried to kiss me when I walked past. But her touch felt like acid now. At work I put on a mask, but every time my phone buzzed, I dreaded it was another message from her saying she'd changed, that she was sorry. Sorry didn't erase the image of her walking out in that dress. Sorry didn't erase the smell of perfume that wasn't for me. One evening, about a week later, she cornered me in the kitchen, tears streaming down her cheeks. Daniel, don't do this. We can fix us. I'll end it. I'll do whatever you want. I looked at her, truly looked, and for the first time in 11 years, I saw a stranger. You ended it the moment you walked out that door, I said softly. There's nothing left to fix. Her sob broke something in me, but I didn't flinch. I turned, grabbed my keys, and left her standing there with her cries echoing off the walls. The divorce was brutal, not just legally but emotionally. Friends chose sides. Family whispered behind closed doors. Nights were the hardest, lying in an empty bed where her warmth used to be. But slowly something shifted. I started jogging in the mornings, something I hadn't done in years. I reconnected with old friends, picked up books I'd left unread. For the first time in a long time, I was living for myself instead of trying to hold together a marriage that was already cracking. Months later, she showed up at my door one evening, thinner, eyes hollow. She handed me a letter. I just wanted you to know I regret it every day. I took the letter but didn't read it right away. I simply nodded and closed the door. Because the truth was, I didn't need her regret to validate my pain. I had already moved past it. The final word. She thought saying she had a date would make me fight for her. But what it did was reveal the truth, that I deserved someone who didn't need to be reminded of my worth. And when I told her the marriage was already dead the moment she walked out that door, I saw it break her completely. Because deep down, she realized she hadn't just lost a husband. She'd lost the only man who ever truly loved her. And this time, there was no one left to blame but herself.